screened out. Where are girls and women? It's hard to imagine what we can't see. We all look to news media and the entertainment industry, whether newspapers or magazines, movies or video games, apps or music videos, to help us better understand what's happening around the world. News media, or what's being made possible or imagined, entertainment. One recent study showed that only about 1 in 4 news stories worldwide focused on women. In business and political reporting, it's an even lower percentage. While that's somewhat understandable since most leaders in politics and businesses are men, the news media has an important role to play in highlighting women who are coming up in the ranks in all these fields. Their breaking the glass ceiling should make them worthy of stories until it's no longer exceptional that a woman is CEO or Prime Minister. Women aren't only missing from the stories being told, they're also missing from telling stories. A recent study in the UK showed that men wrote almost 4 out of every 5 stories on the front pages of British newspapers. Women are missing from commenting on the news too. You've probably seen lots of experts on TV. Whatever channel you're watching, another recent report showed that only about 1 out of every 5 TV experts on all major television channels in the US was a woman. This is despite millions of women now holding PhDs, law degrees, medical degrees, and having years of experience working in and starting businesses, running for and holding office, treating patients, doing research, teaching at the university level, and doing all sorts of other things that generally make one an expert. Another place where women often were missing was in moderating US presidential debates. In 2012, New Jersey high school students Emma, Sammy, and Elena launched an effort on change.org in support of a woman moderator for at least one of the major presidential debates in advance of that year's election. Within a week, they had more than 100,000 signatures on their petition. They reached out to the executive director of the Commission on Presidential Debates, an organization that does exactly what its name implies, oversees presidential debates, to make the case for a woman moderator on behalf of everyone who signed their petitions. They never heard back, so, as you can see in the picture, they went to Washington and delivered a flash drive with all the signatures and boxes full of printed out signed petitions. While no one from the commission ever met with the students or acknowledged that the petitions made a difference, shortly after their trip to DC, a woman moderator was announced for one of the 2012 presidential debates for the first time in 20 years. It's not hard to think that Emma, Sammy, and Elena may have made a real difference. Just as women are often missing from news media, women are often missing from movies too. In 2012, only 10% of popular movies across the world had roughly equal speaking parts for women and men in lead parts. It's hard to imagine what you can't see or can't hear. Some places are better than others. Some places are worse than others. India and France had no female leads in the 2012 movies researchers watched. Not a one. Wow. There are also a lot more male movie directors making big movies, the ones that come out to your local theater, than female. In the US, less than 10% of major movie directors are women, and it's not much better elsewhere. If the graphic here were about directors instead of movie stars, it wouldn't look much different. It matters who tells our stories. In movies, most of the time made by men, comments about how a character looks, hair, body, eyes, if someone is pretty, if someone is thin, are almost always about a woman or girl. Female characters, even young ones, receive comments about their appearances 5 times more often than male characters, sending a not so subtle message that girls are judged mainly on their appearance. This is reinforced by what women are not doing in movies. Often, they're not working. In the real world, women are more likely to work than not. In movies, the opposite is true.